Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for September 26th, 2024 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. I'm Gary Merrill. I'm president of the board this year. To my left is fellow Commissioner Jeff Hinton. I didn't call you manager this time.
That's good.
And our administrator, Tracy Davies, and our deputy administrators, Don Houston and Eric Hostetter, with us as well. And our clerks today, we have Allie and Jennifer. Let's begin.
Resolution number 24-782, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from a regular meeting held September 23rd, 2024.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-782. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
And Mrs. Lewis is absent today. We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3, resolution number 24-783, in the matter of approving purchase orders and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0925 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 0925.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-783. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-784, in the matter of a transfer of liquor license request from D2 Nails Spa LLC to Avian Nails Spa and Lounge LLC and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objection and no request for hearing.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-784. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Alex McCarthy, our Director of Delaware Office of Homeland Security Emergency Management, has some guests with him today, and we're going to be informed a little bit about the drought impacting our area.
All right, good morning, Commissioners. Again, Alex McCarthy, Director of the Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. I'm joined today with Scott Stevens with the Delaware County Soil and Water Conservation District, as well as Jeff Kaufman with the Delco Water Company, just to kind of provide some updates here about the drought that we're experiencing across much of Ohio, including Delaware County, as well as kind of what some of our observations are and what we're all kind of doing about this. So due to the recent drought conditions, we've put together a bit of a county task force here to focus on the drought, mainly in the form of information sharing and trying to identify if there's any unmet needs. This working group includes some of our agricultural stakeholders, some of our water provider stakeholders, as well as our fire service, because drought has many different kinds of impacts. In terms of where things stand, every Thursday the U.S. Drought Monitor provides an update about how bad drought conditions are across the United States. So we got our update this morning. Delaware County is right now considered to be in a severe drought, which is rather unusual for us, happens maybe once a decade or so. And we've been kind of holding status quo in that pattern for a couple of weeks now. Obviously, we are seeing some rain outside, which is something we're definitely grateful for. But with the lack of rain that we've had over the past few months, we don't think that's going to be enough yet to actually quell the drought. The most significant impacts across the state right now are definitely in southeastern Ohio, where they actually had what would be considered a D4, the most extreme or exceptional kind of drought, and that is the first time in Ohio history that has happened. Southeast Ohio is usually more resistant to drought conditions than the rest of the state, so this has been quite unusual. Even though we're seeing rain again, we expect drought conditions are probably going to persist through the end of the year. In that November to December time frame, we think things are going to start to improve. But again, it's hard to tell at this point. We are hoping to see more moisture in the near term. Locally, the U.S. Department of Agriculture handles a lot of the disaster-related needs when it comes to droughts. They've been declaring parts of Ohio over the past several weeks in drought, giving them drought designation emergencies. And just yesterday, Delaware County was also included in that, which gives us the added benefit that the Farm Service Administration now has some programs that are available for some farmers. We would highly encourage any farmer who has been impacted negatively by the drought to reach out to the Farm Service Administration for information on some of the programming that they have to offer. Some of the more prominent ones right now would include livestock forage assistance, as well as some emergency loans for the more hard impact farmers out there. So the other thing I want to highlight from the emergency management perspective is obviously with the drought, everything's dry. So we are definitely staying vigilant about some of the fire-related issues out there. We haven't really seen anything significant around Delaware County, which is definitely good, but we do want to encourage people to continue using safe practices when it comes to the use of fire. Right now, we're not under any kind of burn ban. It's hard to tell in the next couple weeks if that might change, but even though we're not under a burn ban, we still recommend if you're doing any kind of outdoor fire, do things in a safe fashion. Don't go overboard with wooden fire pits. If you operate any kind of orchard or pumpkin patch where people might be parking in the grass, make sure you have a fire extinguisher on hand in case something were to come up from a car. What I'd like to do now is turn it over to Scott to kind of talk a little bit more in depth about some of the agricultural impacts. Scott?
Thank you, Alex. Scott Stevens, Administrator at the Delaware SWCD. I brought with me the High Department of Agriculture is probably pretty close to 3 months ago now, started kind of an information clearinghouse or a web page, and I brought several copies of the links to that. The agronomic impact, obvious, is yield. We'll certainly see yield reductions here in the county, even though we're not in that extreme drought area. Forages, the hay crops, pasture would definitely be the most impacted by that at this point. And it's not just a volume, it's a quality of the hay and forages. All the grass crops, when they grow under drought conditions, they can get pretty high nitrate levels, and it creates all kinds of animal health issues at that point, and even death. And I could get quickly out over my skis on talking animal nutrition, but it's certainly an issue. And just trucking hay in, where it's come from and what the quality of the hay might be is a concern. The other thing is the fire hazard. There's been several reports of combine fires, just harvest. It's dry, it's dusty. You know, you can have a combine fire even on a normal year. Bearings go out, sparks start flying. Obviously, this year it's an issue. So it's kind of more than just hey, our yields are off. It goes a lot deeper than that. I guess we'll see what our friends in the Gulf send us here. Something more than just wind here over the next few days certainly would help. So, yeah.
Hey, Scott, while you're talking about yields, what have you seen? I know the farmers have started harvesting beans and corn, but what are you seeing at this point? Yeah,
pockets, I've heard as much as a 50% yield to maybe 10, 15, 20%. So it's really spotty. Our rains were a little spotty, so we've got pockets in the county that are definitely drier than the northern part of the county, you know, kind of the ag area is definitely a little drier than the southern half. So it's been across the board. We'll see. We're just really getting fired up, getting started. We haven't been into the corn. I mean, there might be a little bit sporadically here or there that's been taken off, but primarily soybean harvest. They look good. The pods are there, but the beans are the size of a BB instead of full size. So, and they're dry. The test weights are pretty poor. So just we'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
My only comment on that, I spoke to a farm family on Monday who's raising beans. This individual indicated they had little impact so far, but quick to add that down the road a while, a whole different. So rain comes and it varies that much and that greatly. And I never thought about the hay, but if you think about the yards that require water, then grass not growing, it probably does affect considerably the hay yields. Yeah, even and I don't know anything about the corn.
Yeah, well, corn, a lot of feed will be corn silage. They green chop that, and when it's dry like this, it can even be, even though it's a appropriate and long standing feed, it can be high nitrate. But there's other weeds, Johnson grass specifically, can have extremely high nitrate content in it from a pasture standpoint, and it grows well under drought conditions. It looks green. The animals gravitate to that. It's looks like it. If you're a cow, the greener the better, right? Or a goat, whatever it may be. But it still has can have pretty high nitrate levels in it, even though it looks good, just growing under that drought stress. So, and there's a host of others, but that's the one that seems to get the most discussion. So, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Thanks for the update.
Hello, I'm Jeff Kaufman, Director at Delco Water. First, I wanted to thank Alex for convening this task force. There are several other agencies that are also part of it. My update will be brief. While we are seeing at Delco some slight reductions in our off-stream supply, we're doing fine. Normally at this time of the year, we have about 90% capacity, which means our reservoirs are about 90% full. Now they're about 70% full, but that's generally, that's normal for us. So this rain, while it will not help replenish those reservoirs, it will help lessen demand, and so we've seen that over the past few days. And that's really all I have to say. We have a drought plan that we follow, and we're in a wait and see at this point.
Well, the rain we just got is certainly welcome, but people should not assume the drought is over just because we had 2 or 3 days of rain.
Absolutely not.
That's a good start.
Yep, yep.
So no water restrictions on the near-term horizon?
None at all. No mandatory restrictions. We continue to recommend the best watering practices for lawns is every other day. That's what we continue to recommend and will into the future because, as everybody knows, we have a very high peaking demand in the summer. Okay?
Thank all of you,
Thank you.
and there's no action needed on part of the board at this point regarding this issue, is my understanding.
No, and part of why I had a group of us come up today is that there's a bit of a dichotomy. The farmers around the county are obviously very impacted right now by the drought, but in terms to the average resident who's not a farmer right now, we're not seeing any real concerns with water restrictions or anything like that. We're going to continue to have our task force meet on a weekly basis, and if we find that the drought conditions continue to intensify, that's where we might reach out to the board for some further assistance on that. But right now, we think the best movement forward is to kind of maintain status quo, keep talking, and again, the big concern right now is that a lot of the impacted farmers might be individuals who do not typically take advantage of some of the FSA, Farm Service Administration programs out there, and we do encourage folks to check out their website, check out their resources, because there might be some potential assistance that they could really take advantage of.
Well, thank all of you for being
Yeah.
here, because certainly it was an issue last week that's probably lessened a little bit for the last few days, but thank all of you. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, that brings us to item number 6, resolution number 24-785, in the matter of authorizing the submittal of a local sponsor application to the Ohio Department of Agricultural Office of Farmland Preservation for 2025 funding.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning. Scott Stevens, Administrator with the Delaware Soil and Water Conservation District. This would be the similar agreement that the commissioners have held with the Department of Agriculture. I believe we started in 2016 as serving as local sponsor and would look forward to doing so again in 2025. We have a couple families that have expressed some interest, and whether or not they would decide to actually submit applications or not, I don't know. But still a little bit of interest at this point, so, yeah.
Very good. Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-785. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-786, in the matter of approving a memorandum of understanding between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and AFSCME Local 2896, Ohio Council 8 AFL-CIO.
So moved.
Second, I always admire her reading
That's a lot of letters.
a lot of letters, and with that, comment.
Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this is an MOU that adds one new position to the union and then also modifies the collection system positions on the wage scale.
Okay, questions or comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-786. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Next up, Director Mag is going to give us her monthly presentation. Sorry. There we go.
Great, thank you. So we had several subdividers agreements as well as some sewer acceptances over the past month. Starting off over to the west, we have Clarkshaw Reserve. This is just off of Sawmill Parkway. It's 61 units by Pulte in this subdivision. And then we also have Hyatt's Meadows, which is 67 units, which is by Lifestyle Communities. We saw this on last month's agenda for plan review. This is, it's just off of Hyatt's Road, just west of 23. And then Marigold, which is also known as Aldea. This is by Onyx and East. It's 118 units, just south of Lewis Center Road, kind of at that new roundabout area there near Green Meadows Drive where that extension will come up. And then Courtyards of Hyatt's. This is 35 units. This is an EPCON community here just off of Sawmill Parkway as well. You can see there's kind of a lot of action happening over there in that Sawmill Parkway area. Then also Liberty Grand District, Section 10, this is MI. They're just kind of continuing through with their next section there. This is 38 single-family units in this subdivision. And then District at Berkshire, this is all the way over near 71 and just south of 3637. This was also on last month's agenda for subdividers agreement. This is a Champion Company 300-unit apartment complex. And then we have Eagle Creek, just to the south, and also west of 71, 55 single-family lots by Pulte. This is an amendment to the subdividers agreement to allow them to build their model home. And then finally, Rosewood Village is also back in that Sawmill Parkway area, just west of Sawmill, 208 apartment units by Metro Development. So any questions on that?
I have none.
No, thanks for the update.
Appreciate the update. And,
Yeah, a lot going on.
Great, thank you.
thank you. That's it.
Item number 9, resolution number 24-787, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriations for the sheriff's office.
So moved.
Second discussion.
Good morning, Mikkel Roy, Finance Director for the Sheriff's Office. This transfer is from the jail health insurance to the sheriff's deputy line item for contracted professional services. It would help to allow us to continue with some contracts that are already in place, just to help make sure that the funding is available for those.
Questions or comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-787. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-788, in the matter of approving a contract for services and business association agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Sheriff, and Robertson Research Institute for Training and Assessment.
So moved.
Second discussion.
This contract, we previously contracted with Robertson Research for a pilot program, and this would be an additional contract. The previous contract was for a pilot program with a select number of employees. This would allow for all of the Sheriff's Office employees to participate in the research. The program, it's a mental health, and Chief Deputy might be able to share a little more information regarding how it all.
I assume he's going to speak.
Yeah.
Dave Wiseman, Delaware County Sheriff's
Dave.
Office. How the layout of this program is put on by Robertson Brain Institute. It is part of their not-for-profit side, so they supplement their profit side over to this. And what it is a program that all employees will be going through for training, and then there's also an assessment they can also opt into. And that assessment then will give them results on where they're at, things that's affected their lives, and how to have them have a healthier lifestyle and things to help them better in life. As that also goes forward, they also have an option to contact a doctor also to talk with them one-on-one, and also follow-ups in between the training sessions. So this for the whole office, not only for our first responders, also for civilians and everybody else in the office to also go through the program.
Questions or comments?
Yeah, so this is the result of a experimental use of this firm and their.
Yeah, so
their
we did a
information.
50-person onset first. We saw them out there, what they did. And so we did a trial from that, is what we first saw, and then we want to see how it worked out. We've tweaked some things also to make it work better for the office as far as schedulings and times like that, and that's why we're now going to roll it out to the whole office and go through that way.
Okay.
Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-788. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye,
Thank you.
thanks.
Resolution number 24-789, in the matter of approving a 3-year participation agreement between the County Employee Benefit Consortium of Ohio Incorporated and the County of Delaware, Ohio.
So moved.
Second discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dawn Houston, Deputy Administrator, and I'm recommending your approval of this 3-year agreement with SEBCO that would begin on January 1st, 2025 and go through December 31st, 2027. After an analysis of the options for health insurance coverage, we did indicate that SEBCO and participating with the insurance pool through them is in the county's best interest and continues to save funds for our health insurance coverage. So I recommend your approval.
It's something we evaluate every 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
Questions or
and,
comments?
yeah, it is a little unusual in the health insurance industry to have 3-year commitments with a single insurer. And, but that allows for continuity and stability and consistency. So I think we always, every time we renew it, we look at other alternatives and have decided that Subco is still the best organization for the county and its employees for providing health insurance. We've been with Subco
2004.
Yeah. So clearly it's working well, and we appreciate the partnership.
And we have, what, 52 counties? How many counties are in?
I think there's 48 on the
48.
health plan,
Okay.
but they seem to add 1, 2, 3 every year, so it's gaining and it continues to do well.
No other comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-789. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-790. In the matter of approving the 2025 group health prescription drug, dental, and vision insurance coverage renewal with the County Employee Benefits Consortium of Ohio.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
So this resolution would establish and approve the county's 2025 plan design and rate acceptance for the medical prescription drug coverage, vision and dental with Subco, and we'll be coming back at a future session to establish the employer and employee rates for 2025. But ultimately, we did do very well with this renewal, so I think everyone will be pleased at the results.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-790. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-791. In the matter of approving a service agreement by and between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners for and on behalf of Delaware County EMS and Public Consulting Group LLC to assist in analyzing and reporting costs to secure supplemental payments.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Fischel, Delaware County EMS. I'm here seeking approval for this resolution and to answer any questions you might have about it.
Any questions or comments?
No, not really. You know, we've had numerous emails and conversations about it, so I appreciate the background. This looks like this will help recover some of our costs.
Yeah, I'm if I might, if I may say, I'm pretty excited about the program and the amount of help it'll do to offset some of the operating costs, especially with the escalating, cost of actually providing the services.
Okay, with no other questions or comments, call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-791. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-792. In the matter of approving supplemental appropriations and a transfer of funds.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Davies, Administrator. We are requesting a supplemental appropriation and transfer of funds so that we can transfer $15 million from the general fund over to our capital improvements funds to put money towards our social services project.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-792. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-793, in the matter of approving the Delaware County Board of Commissioners letter of support of FY25 Airport Terminal Program grant applications from John Ginn Columbus International Airport and Rickenbacker International Airport.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, we have been requested to write a letter of support on behalf of the Columbus Regional Airport Authority's project to build their new terminal. This is for a grant request, I believe, of about $35 million.
I'll just make the comment, obviously, this is not in our county, but we all benefit from the regional airport, and the growth of this area requires constant reevaluation, and this commissioner, I think we're happy to support, at least through this letter. And with that, any other comments?
Yeah, the airport is a very good airport and so on, but it doesn't have the international destinations that help us attract more businesses and just more nonstop flights to other key centers. So expanding the terminal, adding more gates will improve that, which helps with economic development and helps with attracting businesses. So I think it's a good idea.
Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-793. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-795, in the matter of authorizing the county administrator to disclaim an interest in a life insurance death benefit.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, we received notification that Delaware County was named as a beneficiary in a life insurance policy. We believe that was an error, so we are recommending this letter to disclaim that policy.
Okay. Call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-794. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do have an item for another business today, resolution number 24-795, in the matter of declaring a public purpose and authorizing the use of Delaware County funds for purchase of coffee, meals, refreshments, and other amenities, and approving a transfer of appropriations.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
So this resolution would actually assist with the HR budget for the purchase of coffee and refreshments for employee trainings and transfer the appropriations from one line item to another so that we can appropriately allocate the expenditures.
And the huge amount is $71.19.
Yes, $71.19.
With that, I'll call for vote.
Vote on motion 24-795. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Our administrator, Tracy, everything?
Nothing today, thank you.
I have nothing,
Okay,
thank you.
Eric in the back there, everything? Commissioner Benton?
A few things, we got a lot going on next couple of days, state of the schools, presentation by the superintendents of the various school districts here in Delaware County. That is today. The chamber is putting that luncheon on. They do it every year. It's very interesting because our schools are growing and changing rapidly. Investment Advisory Committee meeting today at 1:30. Sunbury's Muni Building ribbon cutting is today at 4. I think the actual ribbon cutting is at 4:30. Regional planning tonight, and then the Delaware Area Career Center Hall of Fame Awards are this evening. I'll be going to that. And then SEPCO's board meeting is tomorrow. Should be routine. You know, the renewals have all been sent out and pretty much finalized, so.
Well,
That's
the
it.
items I had to talk about, you mentioned, so I don't want to be redundant, so I will have nothing to add, and I don't believe we have any for executive.
Need for executive session.
So with that, without objection, we are adjourned.
Thank you.